one of the very first things I do is I'll have an athlete stand there in front of me, and I'll have them stand there with their hands at their side. And if they're struggling to breathe, and they'll tell me that, hey, listen, after 50 yards, I can't even breathe. I got to hold on the wall, and I'm just struggling. I'll have them and stand there, and I ask them to take a nice breath in through their nose, preferably through their nose, and immediately I get to see if they're what is referred to as a vertical breather or a horizontal breather. Vertical breathers are breathers who breathe through their mouth or their nose, and their lungs, their chest fills up, and their shoulders and neck get all tight, versus breathing horizontally. That means breathing out through the lower diaphragm, right? Because we have this 2 diaphragm pierce system, breathing through the lower lobes of our lungs. And I teach them to put their hands on their lower 2 ribs and start to exercise those ribs in and out. So we're breathing literally, and if you can see this, they're breathing out through the side. Now, I was fortunate enough to have a coach years ago, and every Wednesday night we would go out to the Jersey Shore and swim, and he would have us stand there with our hands on our wetsuit, and he would have us breathe out under our armpits, expanding our side of our bodies, explaining that all this fascia and ribs and everything that protect the lungs. Then we wrap it in a wetsuit in neoprene, becomes very, very challenging to breathe that way. So to be able to teach athletes to expand. So what I will have an athlete do, and this is an answer directly to your question, is breath work outside of the pool. It's a kind of oxygen advantage Wim Hof type of exercise where they'll lay down, very rapid breathing, only through the nose, in and out through the nose, exhale in, exhale out. And on the 20th exhale, they hold the exhale for as long as they can. So it is what is referred to as you're creating a hypercapnic condition where you're elevating carbon dioxide, lowering oxygen, teaching the body how to work in that position and in that condition. And it is the best way to train at elevation without going to elevation. And I've had nothing but tremendous feedback from athletes who will take the time. Now, full disclosure, I'm just being honest with you. I probably show this to 20 athletes. Maybe 1 or 2 will actually follow through and do it. And it's mindset too, Brenton, like you went before, is how we think outside of the water and the ancillary things we need to do to get better at swimming.